Hello, welcome back to Camp No Gold. So there are two objectives today. The first objective is to try and get a sluice running. What I'm doing is I'm setting up the sluice box here, and I'm going to dig out a nice long trench, put a lot of rocks on either side, so all the tailings will just go down one side. So I'm having to sacrifice a portion of the river that I'm not going to be able to get. So throughout the day you might see a couple of candles on the ground. They're just simply to activate a scent that gets rid of mosquitoes and flies and midgets. And it seems to be doing a pretty good job. They're all over there and they're not standing in front of me, which is great. I have made sure that the ground around where the candles are burning is nice and wet, and that's to ensure that I, let's face it, don't burn the forest down, which I absolutely don't want to do. Okay, so we have the plan, we know what we're doing. Only one thing left for us. Yes, of course, it's time for let's go find a shiny! Okay, so this is the Shark Sluicebox. I think as far as I remember, it's like 7.5 inches wide or something like that. What I love is the flare, look at that. Now again, this video is not sponsored by Shark, but look at that. It's really thin to begin with, and that's only probably about an inch. And it expands. And this is the height of the water you're going to get. Multiple sections of drop riffle, low pressure zone with more low pressure zone with ribbing on the inside. The best part is, mat overhangs the sluice box. So what that means is it helps to dissipate the tailings away. So you can see here where this is the perfect spot to set up the sluice box, and look to the left, and that's where we were getting the gold from the last day. Park the sluice box in there, tilt up a bit of a dam. All we have to do now is set up the sluice box there, create a channel like we did the last time for diverting the water, only this time we want the water to come through here. And basically from here and all the way up to here, right the way where that candle is sitting, this entire section can all be taken and all of it sluiced. Right, that's the plan, that's what we're doing. And I'm just crack on with it. Let's go find the shiny. So I don't know if you saw that correctly, it wasn't working perfectly, but as soon as I put a couple of stones behind it, just raise it ever so slightly, we now have the correct pitch. So that's always the thing. If you don't have enough flow, that doesn't mean the sluice isn't going to work. All you have to do is change the pitch. We want to do two things today, I'd say. We want to find the gold, number one, and number two, we want to find a setup that works. So from a sluice perspective, I'm pretty happy with that. So having been in fast frame, I've dug this down a good bit, not a whole lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen this down to 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to go upstream and pan it. The last day we took a sample, we do a sample from this trench along here. As I'm digging overburden, and as I'm digging any tailings, I'm going to put it back into here, fill this back in. And once it's nicely filled in, I'll put that grass on top. And eventually, when I'm finished with all the work, I'll come back up with some grass seed and some wildflowers and try and make this place even more beautiful than it was before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab the head mount, and we're just going to grab a quick sample from in here. I'll go upstream and pan it, and we'll just see where we're at. First things first, what is the first thing we need to do? Anyone? First thing we do, rinse the pan. And most important, forget to wear gloves. Very important. No, you're grand, thanks. That's not dirt. I want something with a bit of grey clay and iron. Now we're into some clay. You can see where the marbling is occurring. I always say marble, marble, marble. I'll be sick of me saying it, but marbling is what you want. I'm just going to open up this channel here. The reason being, I want to let this water out. That's already draining, excellent stuff. Obviously I have to wear these gloves because, you know, let's face it, it's June. Let's have a quick look, see how we're getting on. So first thing we'll do, get a lot of water in there, work that material around. We haven't even gotten to the pan stage yet. We just want to work the gravel down. Now remember, the classifier was clean. The classifier was clean. The pan was clean. Oh yes. Oh, beautiful. Oh, that's going in the rock collection. Nice one. I hope you can see that properly. Nice. Mineralized quartz. Oh, hydrothermic. Oh, that's nice. Right. See these vents? See these little gaps in between? This section here. This is where this would have laid down in the river, and a hydrothermic vent would have erupted through it. I have never found a hydrothermic vent anywhere near this region. That's going in the rock pile. Nice. Right, I'll go through those rocks in a minute. First thing we need to do is find the gold. Got a bit of aggression. Get everything nice and mixed. That's a nice slurry. Bring it to the front. Wash the front riffle. Don't have to be too gentle about it because everything is going to sink to the bottom. I'm tilting it backwards to get everything to drop down. In the front, wash front riffle. You can see the difference where it's light material here and dark material at the back. Happy days. That's how you know you're doing it right. Alright, that's probably enough. Undo the riffles. Push everything off to the corner. Haven't salted this one, haven't salted anything, won't be salting any today because I want to find where the gold is, just like you. Let's have a look and see where we're at. Black sand, no gold. I wonder, is it even deeper do we have to go to get to the good stuff? Oh, I tell you what I could do. We still have this pile of dirt here. Yes, of course, and this is from low down. This is the same pay pile that we didn't get through the last day. Right, let's see how this goes. That's just organics, that's all that is. That's just mostly grass sods and nothing else. Gonna work this down pretty quickly because I want to know what's here. We may end up just simply screening that to 1/8 inch, get the sluice box styled in and run all that material. And then that'll give us a good idea where we're at. We did find gold the last day, but I wonder, was it maybe a dirty mat? I really hope not. And we are panning separately from the sluice, so even if the sluice was dirty, and we're not even using a sucker tube, so we don't have the risk of getting gravel caught in there. Let's have a quick look in there. Wash anything that's in the riffles back into here. Black sand, which is good. Said it before and I'll say it again. Black sand ain't gold. No, nothing in that. Right, so what I need to do now is stop, have lunch, sit down exactly where I am beside the river, look at the situation, evaluate it and try and figure out what the best option is. I may end up just simply setting up the sluice box correctly, fill the bucket with 1/8 inch, run it all through and see what I get. Just do a bulk test. Might be the only way, because there is another place I do go digging called Camp Sarah, and where I found that nice big picker, and you could do 16 test pans and find nothing, but if you run 4 buckets you'd find something, so it just could be just sporadic. Right, I'll do that then, stop and have lunch, and I'll figure out what the best strategy is, and then I'll come back to you after lunch. I think that's the best option. Let's go have lunch. I'll see you later. We'll go find some shiny. So I'm sitting down here having my lunch, thinking about the situation. I'm going to fill the 5-gallon bucket with water, and we're just going to fill that up with 1/8 inch material and sluice it on through. Yes, it goes against the principles that I always say, do a test pan first, but this place is very sporadic. You're going to learn more information from a bulk test with a sluice box than you will from doing a quick test pan. So I think that's probably the best option, as they run maybe one full bucket of 1/8 inch, and then we'll run that on through, we'll do a clean out and we'll see where we're at. We'll count how many shovels. I'd say it's about 10 shovels to a full bucket of 1/8 inch. Right, let's just crack on with that. Let's go find the shiny. Okay, so that's been about 12 shovels in total, all screened down to 1/8 inch. I'm going to push the water out now, see where we are in terms of gravel. Half a bucket. So we got 12 shovel loads, and now we're going sluice box, versus having to go back and forth sluice box constantly. I'm going to put the other camera beside the river, and we'll just start feeding her on through. Let's go find the shiny. Okay, so you can see there, the sluice reasonably well level. That looks fine. A little bit one-sided. This side up a tiny bit. Yeah, that's perfect. As I said today, 2 objectives: find the gold, second, dial in the box. I must say, feeding it at 1/8 inch is very relaxing. There's no wondering, do you have to lean forward and pick out big rocks. And because we've got a nice drop off in the end, there's no risk of having to constantly clear tailings. This is very nice. So I'm going to put you in fast frame now as I work through the rest of this bucket. And once I have this bucket clean, do a clean out and see if we're on the gold. That'll be our bulk test. As I say, we've done 12 shovels, whatever that weighs in kilos, I couldn't care less. But we run 12 shovels, that's the main thing. Right, so I'm just taking you out of fast frame for a second because there's something yellow on the mat. In the time it's taken me to turn off fast frame and pull you out of the tripod, it's still there. I really hope this is gold. Certainly does look like gold, and it's still sitting there. We'll find out in the clean out. Oh, this could be a fun clean out or a miserable clean out. Either way, we'll find out the truth once and for all. Is there gold here? Okay, so we took 12 shovels and we screened them down to 1/8 inch. And we were left with half a bucket. We took that half bucket material and we put it through the sluice box, and this is what we're left with. I'm going to lift the entire sluice box out of the river. There we go. Perfect. I want to pull the mat out and then just drop it straight in the bucket. Now it'd be handy if I put some water in the bucket first, wouldn't it? Okay, there's the mat there, nice and good. Fold the mat over itself. And we give it a good wash. Again, forget to wear gloves, very important. Okay, let's have a look and see how that mat's getting on. It's not there yet. Fold it over on itself. Not far off. Okay, one more little bit. Cool. Right, next we need to do is wash the actual box itself. Very simple. Pop it in. There's no gold in this pan all day long. But just to be sure, mat was cleaned out beforehand. Now that's how I can clean it in future. That's handy. As I say, I just don't use this sluice very often. Okay, that's nice and clean. Gonna put the sluice back together and then I'll grab the pan and we'll go see what we can find. Right, let's just crack on with that. Let's go find the shiny. Okay, so I tipped out a good bit of water before I sat down because I knew I wouldn't be able to do it from this position. Okay, very simple. Throw water up into the top. This bucket has never seen gold for the simple reason that during the winter it's used for storing coal and firewood. So forget to wear gloves, very important. Honestly, I'm not joking you. Water is literally freezing. You can't see temperature, but my hands look red. Everything was clean. The bucket was clean. It had never got gold in it. The pan was this pan has been cleaned. The sluice box was cleaned. The riffle pack were cleaned. The shovel is working in the same area. We don't have a sucker tube to factor into it. So we're on black sand, which is good. Now don't forget, we ran 12 shovels from that hole. Okay, unusual story. I'll do reclamation on this. I couldn't leave it sitting like this. I'll just do one more and then we'll do the reveal. Again, I haven't bothered salting. I want to know what's here just as much as you do. Saw a little flash in my pan there for a second. Hopefully that's gold. So, if there's gold here, happy days, I'm coming back and I'm going to keep working the place. If there isn't gold here, I'm going to keep exploring, and during the winter I'll come back here with the dream mash and I will sluice everything. Okay, here we go. Black sand, which is to be expected. It's a lot darker. There's a lot more black sand than there was before. I think I see something, hang on. I just gotta work that down again to be sure. And I bump it a bazillion times just to be 100% certain. Because I did see a few flecks that looked like gold in there. Nope, nada. Okay, I think I know what's happening there. Okay, so we ran 12 shovels, no gold, but a lot more black sand we got normally. Now the fact that we got more black sand is one of two reasons. One, we're deeper down and we're into a higher concentration of heavies. Or two, because it's 12 shovels of material that's screened down to 1/8 inch and sluiced, it's concentrated. When I'm at home doing the editing, I'll have a look at the black sand concentration we had from the pan from the last day and the pan from this day. So in conclusion, is there a stack load of gold here? Probably. Is it near the surface? No. Is it easy to get to? No. Will I be coming back here tomorrow? No. Will I be coming back here in 2 weeks' time? No. Will I be back here in the depths of winter when all other rivers are closed and there's mountains of water and I can set up the dream mat and plough through everything, get a 50 shovel test? Yes, I probably will. But for now, I think it's time to move on to other ground. So this video will be released in October. It's now June. I'll probably be back here around October. We were able to get a good bit down. Who knows, a different day, I might just create another dam and push all the water off to the other side and just dig and stockpile. Like you can see where over there where I've got probably close on maybe 10 shovels ready to go. So maybe a different day I'll stockpile about 100 shovels. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed today's video of whatever I happen to call it at the editing stage. If you like this video, chances are you like the videos I previously posted and the ones I'll be posting in the future. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and sure, catch you next week. We'll all go find more shiny. Bye bye.